comedian Beppe Grillo has shaken up Italian politics with his five-star movement party Movimento 5 Stelle, winning local and administrative polls in the Italian city of Parma and several smaller towns. Euronews met him in Tuscany.
The media show pictures of me taken during my shows, when of course I'm overacting, because that's my job. I have to get the audience's attention. I can't whisper. Look at this front page. He looks serious and I look crazy. They put these examples of my facial expressions on a front page and then they write, "Would you let your country be controlled by someone like Grillo?" So everyone says, "Of course not."
So how have the mainstream media and other political parties reacted to his political success? Is he serious?
They still don't know how to react to what is happening. It's not a political revolution, more like a cultural one. The real leader is the movement, and the movement's program, rather than any physical person. People should start voting for a program, not a person.
But having attacked professional politicians, is Grillo's movement ready to shoulder social responsibilities and manage real cities?
Taking responsibility is a marvelous thing. We want to, but we're talking about citizens voting for other citizens who will enter local parliaments and the national government. Our country is almost economically ruined. We will take on responsibilities, but we will also say we're not magicians. But let's see what we can do. I've toured all of Europe and met young people that have left Italy. There are millions of them. They're educated with MBAs and they say we cannot come home under these economic circumstances. But they are almost in tears as they speak. We should give these people a chance. If we start to bring people rather than parties into the national parliament, if we elect specialists in energy and transport, in waste, if we bring citizens to the national parliament who have a real and daily relationship with the community, then I bet our well-educated young people will come back to Italy. After Romania, we have the biggest diaspora in Europe. We export well-educated people and import less educated workers.
Questi qui tornano immediatamente. Siamo il popolo più emigrante dopo i rumeni d'Europa. Esportiamo laureati e importiamo manovalanza per l'edilizia.
The five-star movement's manifesto is online. Beppe Grillo is not alone with his ideas. Many other European political parties also criticise European politics.
Our movement has filled a very dangerous vacuum. We were talking about Greek extremists, about Marine Le Pen's movement in France, about Hungarian far-right movements. These kind of fascist movements flourish in a socio-political vacuum. Think about the fact that Italy invented fascism, and we have exported it throughout the world. Today in Italy, instead of having fascism, the vacuum is being filled with citizens with no criminal records.
Is Europe dead? Is there any common political future for the continent, or is the political end of the European Union nigh?
Europe was a marvelous dream invented by Jacques Delors and Willy Brandt, but it has failed by putting together economies which were very different from each other. This and also a currency which shouldn't have been the same for everyone. Two currencies would have been better. Otherwise, Angela Merkel and Germany could go back to the Deutschmark and we will have a weaker euro, used in South European countries like Greece, Spain, Italy, Portugal, even Ireland. We could form a different eurozone. Let's sit down and discuss this. We have nothing to lose. We've already lost 30% of our economy since joining the euro. Our economy is imploding because of the lack of confidence in the future. Firms are failing and the national debt grows instead of shrinking.
C'è una prospettiva futura, chiudono le aziende. E poi il debito aumenta, invece di diminuire, aumenta.
And what does Beppe Grillo think of ex-Italian leader Silvio Berlusconi?
Berlusconi seemed to be eternal. He left only a short time ago, but he still seems like ancient history. He even looks like an older guy. He doesn't use makeup anymore. Berlusconi is just something which doesn't mean anything anymore. He achieved success thanks to his TV channels. Once his channels no longer had the monopoly, he fell, because he had built nothing during his public life.
But even the Italian president Giorgio Napolitano says he's not impressed by Grillo.
When he talks about Grilloism or about demagogues, he should be careful, because a president should be neutral. We've now got 250 local administrators elected by citizens. He was chosen by parties. He wasn't elected by individual citizens.
But politics is expensive. So how is the five-star movement funded?
We've refused public money. We had the right to get 1.7 million euros. It was our right to get this money, but we said no. We have two party members in Emilia-Romagna's and Piemonte's regional parliaments. These people have reduced their salaries from 10 to 12,000 euros per month to 2,500 euros per month, which is already pretty good for a 25, 28-year-old.
So what does Grillo want? What does he expect from the ruling politicians, the people he says are responsible for the situation in Italy?
If you will let me say it on Euronews, because they won't let me speak on Italian channels, my message to professional politicians is, citizens, thanks to the net, remember, TV has no memory, but people have. We do remember who you are. You can't go on pretending that everything is all right. Don't think about taking a holiday on a Caribbean island. Before you go, return the money which you've stolen with interest, and you'll be judged by a jury of citizens with no criminal records, and they'll tell you what kind of sentence you'll receive.
Cittadini estratti a sorte, incensurati, che vi diranno che lavori socialmente utili andrete a fare.